Hey, 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 Entreleader. Happy Monday. I am so excited to come to you on this first Monday in December. Can you believe it? How in the world we have already come to the last month of 2021 just blows my mind right now. It blows my mind. But I'm so happy that you are with me, whether you are watching live or whether you're watching on the replay. I just want to say thank you so much for rocking with me so far for the past 11 months in 2021. Today, we are going to be talking about three things. I'm going to share with you three things that I have learned over the past few years about success in education, success in entreleadership, which is entrepreneurship and leadership, success in cross-cultural relationships, and just basically it can actually apply to any area of our lives. And for those of you who are just tuning in to me and you are very new to my brand, you don't know who I am, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Charity C. Campbell, and I am a world-class millennial global leader, a multi-passionate entrepreneur, an academic professional, international speaker, mentor, and digital organization development and leadership specialist. I help millennial multi-passionate entreleaders go from clutter to clarity, improve their communication and relational skills, and harness their greatest potential without losing balance. And one of the ways that I do this is that every single Monday, I bring some motivation to your screens right in the palm of your hand, or maybe you're sitting at a computer, with our weekly Let's Talk series. And my aim with this every Monday is to simply uplift and encourage you at the start of the week so that you have what you need to get fueled for the rest of the week. And today, Entreleader, we are talking about the formula for overnight success. And I'm sharing three things, like I said before, that I have personally learned about success. All right. So I do want to kind of warn you as well, if you are new to my brand. I want to warn you that I am a Christian, okay, and I am a kingdom believer, and so many times I actually refer to the scripture. I refer to the Bible for scriptures, and we're going to actually do that right now, okay? So with that said, let's read today's scripture. We are coming from Proverbs chapter 16, verses 1 through 3. That's Proverbs 16, 1 through 3. And I'm just going to read what it says. To man belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the reply of the tongue. All a man's ways seem innocent to him, but motives are weighed by the Lord. And this is the scripture that I really, really want to focus on today. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. Okay? I'm going to read that again because that's the one that I really want to focus on. It says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. Okay? The word of the Lord is blessed. And so again, today we're talking about the overnight success, right? The overnight success. And if you are watching live and you're able to comment on the live stream, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and drop your comment below so I can acknowledge you and put it up on the screen. Same thing if you are on LinkedIn or YouTube and you're able to comment, go ahead and do so, and I will make sure I acknowledge your comment and put it up on the screen. Also, don't forget to share. I feel like I want to talk about success over the next couple of weeks and planning for success over the next couple of weeks because we're going into 2022. And I don't know about your year, but I can tell you that my year has been a beautiful, chaotic mix of tragedy and triumph. Okay, I'm being honest with you. I've been honest with you this entire year, and I'm telling you that 2021 for me has been a beautifully organized chaos year of tragedy and triumph. And I posted on Facebook a few days ago. I changed my profile picture, and I was, it was of me decorating the Christmas tree, and I was about to say it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. But then I realized, nah, for me, it's beginning to look a lot like triumph. And triumph has come as a part of the success journey that I've been experiencing, even in the midst of tragedy, even in the midst of turmoil, even in the midst of headache and frustration and emotional roller coasters, ups and downs, and lost opportunities being replaced with new opportunities and gained opportunities. And so I'm going to be talking about success and planning for success, how we can really focus on taking what we have learned in 2021 and prior to, and using that as fuel for our success planning for 2022. Okay. Now, Peter Drucker, in my field, now I am, like I said, I am an organization development and leadership specialist in my field of organization development and change, as well as management. Okay. As well as management. Peter Drucker is one of the greatest strategic minds that we've come across in our industry. And he has a quote that says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay, that's the first quote that I just want to throw out there. He said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And then also in his book, he also said that plans are only good intentions unless they immediately degenerate into hard work. Now, I already know for some of you, seeing that word hard work, it's like, it's like when somebody takes their fingernails and they scratch on the board, it's like, oh, that sound. Honey, hard work is what it takes. It's what it takes. There's no way around it. And actually, let me make sure that I preface it by saying it's not so much just hard work. Many times it's just about smart work. Many times it's just about work, just actually doing something, because oftentimes people fail to put into practice. People fail to implement the plans that they set out. I mean, what good is writing down a goal? What good is sitting down, having a strategy session, creating a plan to implement for your business, for your health goals, for your career, any of those things? What good is it to write down the goals and then strategize for the plan if you're not going to do anything with it? You must put it to work. You have to put the plan to work. And even if you feel like, well, I just don't know how things are going to turn out. I don't really know if it's going to work. Well, you won't know until you try. And I'm telling you this because, y'all, that was me. Listen, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm really powerful when it comes to strategizing. Honey, I can strategize a strategy for you. Okay. And it's not so much that I'm a strategist. It's just the fact that creative strategy and taking what you say is your goal, taking what you say is your vision, taking all the things that you have that you want to put into a plan and creating some order with that thing. It's just a part of the apostolic nature of who I am. Okay. So when it comes to creating a strategy, I am good. I am so good with that. But in the past, creating a strategy was excellent. I could do that. But it was getting over the fear of actually implementing the strategy. Y'all, I would devise such a plan. I mean, the strategic plan would be so clean, so crisp, and so clear from top to bottom. Okay. From top to bottom, it'd be like, oof, this thing right here is going to this is profitable. But I would be so afraid to even implement the plan. So all I ended up with was goals and strategy, but no implementation. And we got to go back and remember what Peter Drucker said. He said, plans are only good intentions. Y'all, I had so many good intentions, but I didn't turn it into hard work. And as a result, I walked around defeated. I walked around with great dreams, great goals, great strategy, but defeated because there was no implementation. And when I started implementing the plans that I created, when I started implementing even the small tasks, because sometimes I had to I had to dial it back. I had to say, you know what? Let's start small. Create a small win first. So that way, it can boost the ego and make you feel good. You were like, okay, I did something. Let's create a small win first. And then we go and move forward to another win and another win. And then before you know it, you have literally turned your strategy into a workable plan that you have put in place. And so one of the first things that I have learned about success, or being an overnight success, y'all, is that success isn't earned, but it's made. So many times we feel like, oh, this is mine. I deserve this success, honey. I worked hard for all this. I worked hard for all of this. Hey there, Naturally Grace. Oh, honey, I worked hard for this. So I earned this. I deserve this. And the truth is that you deserve what you work for. You deserve what you plan for. You deserve what you strive for. And a lot of times, especially as kingdom believers, especially as Christians, sometimes we get a little lazy. We be like, oh, God's grace, his goodness, his mercy, that's the thing that's going to bring, oh, I'm blessed, so I'm going to get the blessings. Yeah. You got to still work. You have to earn that thing. I'm not talking about earning forgiveness. I'm not talking about earning grace. I'm not talking about earning any of those things. I am literally talking about earning the success that you say you want, earning the success that you say you desire. Hey, Sherelle, earning that is, we have to earn it. And the way we do it is by putting forth the effort. So the first thing, of course, we create our goals. We have to sit down, take all of the clutter, everything that's in our mind of what we want to do, the baby, the thing that we're really pregnant with on the inside, all the dreams, the goals, and the vision, right? We take all of that and we say, okay, now how do I get from concept to creation? That's where we sit down and we iron everything out. And we're like, okay, all right, let's go ahead. And now we're starting to strategize and we create these things and we create small wins, step by step. So that way you're not discouraged. You're not discouraged, but you are encouraged to continue on to the next win, right? So the first thing is you do have to work for it. You have to work for it. And let me tell you something. When you start working for your success, and you realize that you can't wait for opportunities to simply fall in your lap while you do nothing, you must do all the behind the scenes work that you don't want to do or are afraid to do. Woo! Listen, all the things that I was afraid to do started causing me to be, what's the word? Y'all, I got frustrated. I literally became frustrated because there was too much creativity, too many ideas, too much greatness on the inside of me that I really wasn't putting out simply because I was afraid to do it. And I allowed fear to cause me to be lazy. And we can't be lazy with success. That's why when we look at people and we're like, oh my God, how did they just pop up on the screen one day? Y'all, let me tell you something. Can I tell y'all a little secret? Okay. I'm going to tell you a secret. Good morning to you. Let me tell you a secret. These people who pop up as overnight successes, y'all, they're not overnight successes. Honey, they're not overnight success. It's just the fact that when the success hits, good morning to you. It's just the fact that when the success hits, it causes people to pay attention to you. Good morning to you, dear. That's the second thing that I want to share with you, okay? When you create success, it causes people to pay attention to you. So you think, that, wow, this person just came up out of nowhere. Boo, that is not the case. People pay attention when you're winning. Okay? I need you to go ahead and drop that in the comment section below. People pay attention when you are winning. And this is what causes people to think that you're an overnight success because they only see your on-scene wins that are results of your behind-the-scenes blood, sweat, and tears. You hear me? It's not the fact that I just came up out of nowhere. No, I invested in Facebook ads. I invested in Instagram ads. I invested in Twitter ads. I invested in YouTube ads, Google ads. I invested in SEO. I invested in all of these things because creating the great content wasn't enough. And that's honestly, if I could be real with you right now, this is where I am right now. Guys, I have great content. I have great God-given content. But the fact of the matter is that I'm still hidden from certain views right now, from certain viewers, because they simply don't know I exist yet. They don't know where I am. And what we tend to do is especially as Christians, I'm going to keep throwing that out there, y'all, especially as Christians, we think that, oh, I'm just going to do the work and then God is going to supernaturally place me in front of the right people. That can and will happen, but you still have to put yourself out there. And it takes, y'all, we have to start thinking like a business, Even with your digital brands, you have to start thinking like a business. I'm actually giving you a piece of my strategy for 2022. I'm putting myself out there. And when you put yourself out there, it's very risky. It's an investment. But it would be worth it. Because why would you work so hard on creating content that you know is for people, you know God gave you to give to somebody else, but they don't see it simply because they don't know you exist? But when people start seeing you win, all of a sudden they're like, where'd she come from? Where'd he come from? Oh my God. Wow, his business I didn't even know he existed. Yeah, baby, he was existing a long time. Now, she been around here for a long time, but it's simply because you didn't know that they existed. So now you see their success, or now you see that they are, they're having magazines write about them, or that they are contributing to magazines, or they're appearing on news shows and different things like that. And you're like, wow, they just came out of nowhere. They did not come out of nowhere. They've been working behind the scenes. They have been literally working. Some entrepreneurs, some people have been working because they earned their success, right? Remember, the first thing I said is they made their success. It's not so much that they earned it, but they make it, right? So the thing that I'm talking about is a lot of times people have been working so hard for years, waiting to get their break. And let me tell you something, honey, you better make your own break. You make your own break by seriously going after the things that you really want. And that means investments. That means, and I'm not talking about, like investing things. I'm talking about taking your money, and instead of investing it in our bellies, instead of investing it in things that would bring us pleasure for now, taking that and buying a course on how to improve, how to improve my craft. Taking that, y'all, I have invested so much money from last year and this year. I said, I have no choice but to succeed. Like if I don't succeed and I implement everything that I have invested in, if I don't succeed, then okay. But at least I tried everything. At least I listened to those who came before me. And why do we try to make things so hard, y'all? I don't know what it is about us. Maybe it's the pride. Because we're like, you know what? I think that, I got to read this comment. Hold on 1 second, y'all. So I'm in real tears right now. 30 minutes before you came on, I was praying to God about my business and content I post, and here God is speaking to me through you. And you know what, sweetie? I was tired. I didn't want to show up today, but I realized that my obedience, someone's breakthrough and someone's success is connected to my obedience. So it's no longer about what I want to do. I show up consistently because even if it's one person, honey, even if it's one person like you, going to God and saying, God, what am I going to do about my business? Honey, I literally have to show up. I don't always feel like it, but I still show up because I'm like, you know what, God, if I don't show up today, somebody might miss you. But if I was afraid to actually turn on the camera, put on these hot lights, if I was afraid to do that and I did not show up, then you wouldn't be hearing what you need to hear at this moment. And I'm telling you, y'all, I have learned to appreciate the season I'm in. Yes, this is a hustle season for me. And y'all, the hustle is about to get even stronger in 2022. This is literally a hustle season for me, but it's also a trust season for me. Because yes, I want success. I want to be successful. There are still goals and dreams that I have prayed that I can do for my parents while they're still here on this earth. And I'm like, well, I won't be able to do that if I'm just sitting back wishing and hoping and dreaming and thinking that, oh no, success is just going to come to me because it's going to be passed down from one generation to the next. Girl, sir, bye. You have to create that. You have to create that. Do you hear me? And I understand it's the trust part for me. Y'all, let me tell you something. Sherelle said it's the trust part for me. Listen, okay? Ashley said we would be looking for you. I show up, Ashley. I'm going to show up. Listen, it's the trust, hustle, rest, repeat. Last year, that's what the Lord told me. He was like, listen, girl, you over here talking about hustling. And that's why you are run down and you never actually succeed because you're so busy trying to do. Here's what God told me. He said, work with what you have. Win with what you have. Create small wins, okay? You do your part. And if you come to a part, Sherelle, this is what you need to hear, honey. When you come to a part to where you can't do anything else, you can't move forward, you can't make anything happen, you have done all that you're supposed to do with this project, with this task, with this business. The next thing you need to do is rest. That's it. Once you do everything you were supposed to do, take a step back and rest. And in the rest, that's when we trust. And as a matter of fact, let me tell you something. I have learned that when I rest, I don't need a long rest because then I'm going to get lazy. Y'all, listen, you rest the way you rest. But me, I don't need a long rest because if I rest too long, I'm going to get lazy and I'm just going to be like, well, I mean, God, I'm still waiting on you. And he's like, you still have other things to work on. Yes, you take a rest from this one task, but if you can't do anything else, you rest for a season with that task and start another one that's still going towards your goals. But you still have to hustle, okay? And then rest and repeat. But it's in that rest period where we trust. We have to learn to trust. And I think that that's the part where, for me, I have seen the most growth. Y'all, if I could tell you all the stuff that is happening in my life right now, but I can't tell you, you're just going to have to wait to see, okay? We just going to have to wait to see how this whole thing ends. But when I tell you that, especially in 2022, like I'm literally being thrusted into entrepreneurship, and I'm literally being thrusted into purpose and destiny. It's because I did pray for it. Y'all, why do we pray for things and they don't happen when we pray, right? They don't happen. So we think that, since the prayer wasn't answered at the time that we prayed for it, that it's just not going to happen. And it could be that things really needed to get in alignment. People who are connected to your business, people who are connected to your brand, people who are connected to your success, they weren't ready for it yet. Golly, they weren't ready for it yet. So God had to let them get themselves into position so that they could be ready to receive and ready to contribute and ready to invest in your talent, your business, your ideas, all of those things. Sometimes we're like, well, maybe it's not going to work out. Maybe it's not going to happen because, there's just like he's ignoring me. He's not ignoring you. He's making sure that you get the best deal. But in the meantime, you still got to work. You got to work, honey. Evangelist Rihanna tells us that all the time on repeat. You still have to do the work. And then as you start creating success and as people start seeing you be successful, listen, I'm just dropping this prophetic bomb right here. One day, y'all, we, the 7 of us, because I'm included. And if you're watching the replay, you in the number 2. One day we are going to come back and we're going to look at this and we're going to be like, wow, now look at what she's doing. Now look at how successful she is. Now all the people is like, oh my God, you're an overnight success. I'm going to say, no, honey, go back to December. Go back to December 6th, 2021. Go look at that video on YouTube. Go look at that video on Facebook. Go look at that video on LinkedIn. I'm not an overnight success. I've been doing this. Go back and look at some stuff from Periscope. I've been doing this, but I wasn't doing it in the way that I could be successful because I wasn't consistent. Consistency is a key to the formula for success. Okay. Consistency, that's a cuss word. That's one of the biggest cuss words. Consistency and patience. Y'all, them some heavy cuss words. Whew. And they long. They not even 4 letters. They not even 4 letters. Them cuss words right there. They not even 4 letters. Them things right there, they hurt. They hurt. But I'm telling you, we're going to come back and we're going to look at this and we're going to be like, listen, okay. She said, I don't even know them words. I don't like them words. Listen, these are the words we got to say. And the words we have to practice, because this is how we become an overnight success. Y'all, consistency is overnight success. Consistency and punching fear in the face. One thing that Sean Cannell, he's a YouTuber who has turned his entire he has like this YouTube franchise now, and many of you who, if you have a YouTube channel, you probably already know about Sean Cannell. If not, I will put a link to his channels, multiple channels, in my description box on YouTube. But he says, you just got to press record and punch fear in the face. Like, he says that all the time. He said, you just got to press record and punch fear in the face. And that's not just something that we should take only for YouTube. We need to take that for life, period. Whatever goals you have. Here's the thing. We do have an expiration date on our lives. Okay, I know we don't want to think about it. I know that we don't want to sound dreary and dark and all of that. But y'all, one day we gonna die. Okay, and we've already heard the late Dr. Miles Monroe said that the wealthiest place on earth is the grave. The wealthiest place on earth is the grave, because so many people die with so much potential. They die with so many dreams. They die with so many goals. They die. Sorry, y'all. Whoop. Wait a minute. A piece of hair done got stuck in my eyeball. Look at that. Don't be. Come on now. Y'all, I'm so sorry. This is live. This is live. Hair got stuck in my eyeball. Okay. Oh, I wish I could cut that out. Ha. So many people die with potential. So many people die with ideas. They die with, let me just go ahead and put that up there. They die with ideas. They die with books in them. They die with stage plays in them. They die with relationships in them. Y'all, people die not having fully lived or received all that they were supposed to on this earth, because they didn't tap into their purpose. They didn't tap into their passion. They didn't tap into just being consistent, or they felt like, well, I can do it all on my own. Y'all, listen, that used to be me. I know for a fact that I cannot do any of this all on my own, which is why I started seeking after people who have already done what I'm trying to do. And yes, they cost money. I would too. I would charge as well, because you are paying for someone to help you avoid the mistakes that they made, that you inevitably will make if you're going to be working around, the same, in the same fields or the same industry or whatever. And so don't die with your potential. Punch fear in the face and get it done. Also, you got to divorce procrastination. Procrastination loves to just keep you cuddled up on the couch, chilling. Like, especially during the wintertime. Everybody be talking about how this is what is it? Cuddling season or whatever. Y'all, I'm cuddled up with my computer. I got to get this stuff done, honey. Time is of the essence. Do you hear me? Time is of the essence. Because what you do with your time now will determine what you get to do with your time later. I'm telling you, this was one of the keys to success that I had to learn in my doctoral program. In my doctoral program, it was all about focusing on what I need to do now. I couldn't, There were a lot of social gatherings that I really wanted to go to. There's a lot of things that, when assignments and stuff were due, I wanted to go out and I wanted to be a part and everything. And it was just like, so you trying to tell me you can't take a break from having your regular social life for 3 years? Like socializing is not going to still be around after you complete your degree? Like, you're not going to be able to meet people and go to places and experience things after you complete this program? Like, this is the only time you can do it? Really? I had to get myself together. I had to put things into perspective. And that was one of the reasons why I did complete my program in 3 years. And instead of the 5 years that I said, the devil is a liar. I'm not doing 5 years. Not when you told me I have an option to complete the degree and finish and graduate in 3. Fast track me, please. Let's do this now because time is of the essence. And I said all of that to say, what you do with your time now dictates what you do with your time later. What you get to do now will dictate what you get to do later. If this is giving you any value, I want you to do me a favor right now. If you're on LinkedIn or if you're on Facebook or YouTube, I want you to go ahead and share this because you never know who might need to hear this right now. Y'all, we're trying to get people together for 2022. Yes, it's the beginning of December, but this is the best time to get your stuff together. So go ahead, share this. And also don't forget to hit that like button for me. If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, whether it's during the live replay, during the live broadcast or the replay, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Because every Monday, especially for the rest of this month, we're coming to get our success plan together, okay? 2022 is not ready for us. 2022 is not ready for us, and that's how we want it to be. We're going head first. We going in there. We got our mind right. We got our plan together, and we're going to do this, okay? So now, here we go with the third thing. If you're ready for number 3, go ahead and let me know. Say number 3, because I still have the third tip. So let me know. Yes. Let me know. Let me know if you're ready for number 3, because I'm ready to give it to you. Because somebody needs to hear this too. All right. Sherelle is ready for number 3. Okay. All right. I'm so ready to share this with you. I feel like it's going to help you, okay? Naturally, Grace is ready for number 3. Now, honey, this one is for you, okay? Ashley is ready for number 3, okay? Yeah, I did do that thing in 3 years, yep. Okay, we got everybody ready for number 3, number 3, number 3. Here it is, all right? Here's number 3. Success creates success. Now, I know that you just like, are you serious? I know you probably like, are you serious right now? Honey, woo! You know, in how in the Bible, okay, now I'm going to leave that up there. Let's go back. Number 1, success isn't earned. It is made. You work for that thing. Number 2, success causes people to pay attention to you because they be like, oh my God, where'd you come from? I've been here the whole time, honey. I've been here the whole time. You just didn't know. And number 3, success creates success. When success finally happens for you, the next success will come. I ain't lying. You can ask me how I know because it's been happening to me this year. When success finally happens for you, the next success will come. And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until no matter where you look, you are just going to be surrounded with success. Honey, I'm ready to be surrounded with success. I don't know about you, but I am ready to be surrounded with success, but I can't do that if I'm being lazy. I can't do that if I am making excuses. I can't do that if I am allowing fear to punk me. I can't do that if I'm going in with the mindset that I can do this all on my own, especially in the Black community. This is one of the reasons why we do fail. This is one of the reasons why we fail is because we try to reinvent the wheel. Honey, let me tell you something. I have learned from our white brothers and sisters. I have learned from our Jewish brothers and sisters. I have learned from, y'all know, I learned from these here Chinese people, okay? you don't have to do it all on your own. Just for the sake of you being able to puff out your chest and say, yeah, I did that. I did that. Honey, you would be way more successful with help. And yes, again, sometimes help does come in the form of investments. It comes in the form of investing in your future, investing in what you read and what you listen to, investing in who mentors you and who coaches you, investing in courses. But also, baby, we live in the digital era. Okay. YouTube is one of the greatest. Hey, YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now. YouTube is one of the greatest schools out there for free 99. There are so many people who are talented and they are blessed, and they come and they do give a portion of their knowledge, a portion of their experience to you for free. Type in anything on Google, type in anything on YouTube, type in anything on Pinterest that you are seriously trying to find out you need an answer for, and see what comes up in the search results. It means somebody is already doing somebody has solved the problem that you currently have. You don't have to solve the problem. Now, you might have to tweak the solution a little bit so it can fit you. You might have to tailor the solution to fit your specific need. But honey, somebody's already been where you are. I'm only telling you what I have had to tell myself. And I've had to encourage myself to say, okay, listen, you over here trying to reinvent the wheel, and there are wheels already rolling around with the solution. You don't need, the wheels exist already. What you trying to reinvent it for? Huh? Go jump on somebody else's wheel, pay for access, and speed up your success. A lot of times, y'all, we slow down our success. We actually stall our success because we're trying to do it all on our own. I would rather learn from someone else who's already failed than to fail and learn from my own mistakes. Nah, I'm good. Nope. Let me learn from your mistakes so I don't have to make them. And I can start creating the next success, because success creates success, one after the other. I'm going to put it back up there. Success creates success. And I don't know about you, but being surrounded by success sure does sound a lot more welcoming than being surrounded by shoulda, coulda, wouldas, than being surrounded by failure, than being surrounded by, well, I wonder if. I'm not wondering. The only wonder that I'm about to do, the only wonder that I'm about to do right now is putting this strategy together and doing my part, and then being like, you know what, God, I wonder how you're going to do this. Now, I'm not going to touch it because I've done my part. Okay, I've done my part. But while I'm resting, I just want to wonder. I'm not going to worry. Sherelle, I'm not going to worry, but I will wonder. Okay. I'm going to wonder how you going to do this one, Lord. How you going to surprise me this time? I did my part. Now, what you got, Lord? What you got? I wonder how you going to come up with this one. I wonder how you going to make this thing pop, whatever it is. I may wonder, but I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to worry. And there is a difference between wondering and worry. Y'all, I wish this stuff was in my notes, but it's not in my notes. So I'm going to have to come back and watch this thing myself. There is a difference between wonder and worry. Wonder helps us to think about the creative side of God. Being like, okay, God, I really wonder, like, how are you going to come through with all of this? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, I know you might not want to tell me right now, but it would be interesting to know. Like, and you start thinking of all the ways that God might come through, that he might, uphold his part, his end of the bargain, how he's going to do that. But when we worry, we be like, man, I don't even know. Man, should I go and do a little bit more? I know, man, I don't even know if God going to show up. Like, really? Like, God, how you going to do this? Like, did I do enough? Like, worry literally starts making you question. It starts making you question your part that you played and the timeline. Worry is the thing that is worry is prompted by fear and lack of trust. Okay. Worry it is. It's prompted by fear and lack of trust, especially when you're just like, listen, Lord, I don't know if I was waiting for you to do it a certain way last time and I didn't really see it. So maybe I need to go back and do some more. And he's just like, nah, chill out. I got this. But when you wonder, it's one of those things where it's like, it's like I'm just trying to figure out like how you're gonna do it, God. Like I'm excited. I want to know. So let's make sure that we don't spend our time worrying. And let me tell you, one of my tips to not worry about how something is going to be done. Once I've done my part, I'm getting ready to tell y'all my secret, okay? And judge me if you want to. I don't care, okay? Judge me if you want to. I don't care. How I stop myself from worrying is two things. One, I start working on the next thing, okay? I start working on the next thing, okay? That's the first thing I do. The second thing is I say, well, if I look at his track record, y'all see where I am in life right now? Don't even think about my life. Think about your life. How are you doing right now? Think about the worst time in your life. Did you live? Obviously, because you're watching, right? Did you survive? Did somehow, some way, whether it took longer than expected or not, did somehow, some way you still ended up coming out of it? You still ended up receiving whatever it was you were praying for, asking for? Did somehow, some way he turn it around? Okay, so if so, then that means he has a good track record. That's what I do. Y'all know I was homeless. Y'all know I've been evicted so many times. Like I am pretty sure that all of the evictions that I have incurred over my entire life is probably more than, y'all, it's a lot. Let me just go ahead and put that way. It's a lot, okay? This is just a disrespectful number. But let me tell you something. All of the things that I went through, and I still came out on this side. It took some time, but I came out on this side. I don't need to worry about what's going to happen because now I know his track record. Now I know, okay, listen, and where I am in life right now is nowhere near where it was before. I have more peace and I have wisdom to go ahead and continue working on the next thing. I'm not going to be idle. I will rest and then I'll get back to hustling and then I'll rest and then I'll get back to hustling. But I'm not expecting God to just drop success into my lap. I know that I have to work for it. And y'all, let me tell you, in 2022, whatever you work for is what you're going to receive. Whatever you put out there, you will see returns and dividends. You hear me? Whatever you, Jesus, help me, God. Oh my God. Whatever you work for is what you're going to see returned. You can't just sit back and be idle and have great dreams and have great goals and great visions and think that you're going to be the next overnight success. It doesn't work like that. Overnight successes are made over time. I'm going to repeat that. And then I also want you to type that in the chat because I needed somebody to type that in the chat box below. If you are watching on LinkedIn, and you can, if you're watching on Facebook, put that in the comment section. Okay. If you're watching on replay, YouTube, live, whichever, put that in the comment section, y'all. Here we go. I'm going to say it again. Overnight successes are made over time. When the world will finally see you, when they see you winning, they're going to feel like, oh my gosh, you just came out of nowhere. You're such a success. You are literally an overnight success. And you're like, overnight was about 5 years. Overnight was maybe 3 years. Overnight was about a year and a half. Overnight, honey, might have been a decade. Overnight was much, much longer than what you're saying. Overnight successes are made over time. So put in the time. Do what you have to do. so that people can say, oh my gosh, your business took off overnight. It did, didn't it? It took off over a couple of nights. You know how many nights it took over? You want to know how many nights? Let's count them. But he's going to get the glory. You just got to put forth the work. Okay? I'm so serious. You have to put forth the work. So let me show you the 3 again. I'm sorry, y'all. I got really carried away. Let me show you the 3 again. Okay? First of all, success isn't earned. It is made. Success is not earned. It is made. You have to go out and make your success. Okay? And also, success causes people to pay attention to you. They gonna be like, oh my gosh, you just came out of nowhere. No, honey, you just seeing my on-scene glory moments now. That's what that is. You are seeing my on-scene glory moments. But for 365 nights, honey, I was working hard. Okay? My success happened over time, not overnight. But you see it as something that happened right now. So success causes people to pay attention to you. And the very last thing is that, honey, once you get that first success, what I talk about, creating wins, right? I say, create you a small win. Do whatever you need to do now that's going to help you create a win. So you will be encouraged and you will feel like, okay, I can do this. Yes, you can. When you create a win for yourself, the next win is going to be much easier because you're already going to be motivated to keep going. And that's why I say success creates success. Listen, if you are watching this, I guess we can call it episode, but if you're watching this right now, this live stream or even the replay, please know that I am praying for you, honey. I am praying for you. As a matter of fact, I feel like I need to do an audio prayer. I need to do an audio prayer and make that accessible. Make that accessible to you for free so that whenever you get down and whenever you start feeling like your labor is in vain, you can listen to that prayer and be encouraged and know that in due season, the thing is, you can't faint. We cannot afford to faint. Due season will come, but we got to keep working. We really have to keep working and keep putting forth more effort and invest. Try new strategies. Okay. If the first one isn't working, try another one. And if that one doesn't work, try another one. Honey, there are so many strategies out here for you to go and find the thing that is working for you, that will work for you. I'm telling you, success is around the corner. You just need to find the corner. Y'all pray for me. That thing was funny to me. Honey, success is around the corner. You just need to go get on the right street. Find the corner. You know, people are like, it's around the corner. Which corner? That's for you to find. Huh? Y'all, that thing was funny to me. That thing. Success is around the corner for you. You just got to find the corner. Okay? Listen. Y'all, I ain't playing with that one. You got to find the right streets. Get on that street and you will find the right corner. Listen, thank you so much for rocking with me so far in 2021. It's the first Monday in December 2021. I am so excited. I look forward to seeing what happens in your life and in your business. And it really encourages me, honestly. It encourages me to know that somebody somewhere is benefiting from my obedience. And now I can actually say my consistency, because for the entire year, since the second quarter of this year, once I got out of quarantine, I have been showing up every single week, every single Monday. And for the Leaders Lab podcast, we are coming up on the 50th episode of the Leaders Lab podcast in about 2 weeks, next week. It's just, I can now say that I know about consistency. I can now say that I know the beauty of being consistent. I know about the chaos of being consistent. I know about the strength and energy it takes to be consistent. But if someone somewhere is benefiting from my consistency and benefiting from my obedience, then I know that I am doing what I am called. This is how you tap into your purpose. This is how you tap into your passion. This is how you discover that even more. And as a matter of fact, If you're interested in learning more about how to discover your purpose or how to discover your passion, let me know in the comment section. I am actually going to look back at this video to see if you are interested in finding out more about like how you're really supposed to live a fulfilled life. Like, do you feel like you are living the life that you're supposed to live? Do you feel like you're working in the right purpose? Do you feel like you're in the right passion? Or maybe you have multiple passions like I do, and you just need to know how to organize them, how to put them into, a business. If you're interested in that, let me know, because 2022, I'm coming for you. 2022, I'm coming for you. I'm just letting you know we are showing up and we're going to show out. And we're going to show out in 2022. And I'm thrilled about being able to help somebody go from behind the scenes to on-screen success. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to helping somebody do that. So I love you all so much. Thank you for rocking with me again on this first Monday. I got to get up out these hot lights because my bangs are starting to stick to my forehead and look crazy. But I love you guys, and I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.